often called the vegan teacher's daughter. She thinks walking your dog is animal abuse, has been on the news for calling horses slaves, and believes it's okay fighting butchers, service workers, and even children at their birthday party. The government has banned her from living in her hometown, and her first viral video will start to show you why. The event scene behind her is the Million Paws Walk, where families meet to walk their dogs together and help raise funds for animals in need. Well, Vegan Booty called the event
the most violent thing that you could ever participate in,
protesting that every animal should be treated the way that dogs are.
Why would you love one but pay for the suffering and abuse of other animals? Pigs are in fact more intelligent than dogs.
Hypocritically, however, Vegan Booty owned a dog herself, which she
Yeah, but if that's your movement, why do you go to a dog walking convention and not a fucking like cattle slaughtering convention?
tied to a leash and used it to pull her while she skated. It's pretty funny how you are protesting, yet you have a dog pulling you. Pretty hypocritical, and the hypocrisy.
Guys, that's like saying I don't like homophobia, so I'm gonna go protest against a LGBTQ parade.
He didn't stop there, because Vegan Booty then showed up at a charity football match, disrupting 35,000 spectators because she thought her cause was way more important.
It's a great one.
In a satisfying turn of events, she was fined $1,800 for the stunt, yet this wasn't too expensive for the exposure it provided.
Would you do it all again?
Yes. 100%.
However, at around the same time, Isaac Butterfield was going viral for his anti-vegan videos, featuring Tash in the worst vegans on TikTok.
Why is your name Vegan Booty when you're running around with that? Change your name to Vegan Pancake Ass and let us all get on with our lives.
This gave Tash a chance to respond, although she was met with a brutal dislike ratio, as Isaac's audience offered their very first downvote. He'd therefore slam Vegan Booty again.
Meat's amazing, it's delicious, and guess what, bitch? I'm gonna have a big dirty steak for dinner. I hope you enjoy your broccoli, you tiny little child.
Yet with comments such as who else came from Isaac's channel, this was only helping Vegan Booty grow. She'd use her newly found fame to launch a vegan clothing company, spoofing the Anti-Social Social Club to instead read Anti-Animal Cruelty Club. Well, Isaac then launched his own anti-vegan social club, leading Vegan Booty to call in heavy reinforcements. She'd discuss is Isaac Butterfield's
I think they're both cringe, because the reality is that I'm sure most vegans just do veganism. They just do their thing, right? The same way you as a meat eater, you do your thing as eating meat. So going against either is just fucking stupid.
Leading Vegan Booty to call in heavy reinforcements.
Go against the industry,
or protest,
but not the
Butterfield's
people
anti-vegan
doing their thing.
club, responsible for this vegan phobia, with no one other than that vegan teacher.
Guys,
Literally.
Okay, then I'm anti-cigarettes. I'm gonna go out in some way and punch smokers.
Has shirts made that say
Not gonna do that.
anti-vegan club.
The pair became so close that they'd call each other family.
Hi, sweetie. How are you?
Hello, hey mom, how you going?
However, it was obvious Vegan Booty was the crazier of the two. She began infiltrating supermarkets wearing an animal onesie before standing in the milk section, dissuading shoppers from their purchase. For obvious reasons, staff weren't too happy about this, and even after being ejected, she still yelled outside the store.
Her babies are taken away from her straight after birth, and her sons are murdered.
As a result, Tash was permanently banned from Australia's two main supermarkets, yet this didn't stop her protests, as Vegan Booty would only get worse. She'd show up at McDonald's in a much more detailed costume, being kicked out not by staff but instead this time police. Hilariously, this guy began his own protest, countering her with a legendary sign. In Vegan Booty's next stunt, she walked into KFC and poured orange paint everywhere while blasting dying animal noises for over 15 minutes. Not gonna lie, but you're incredibly selfish to the people that work at that place. All they're trying to do is do their job. I feel so sorry for the workers, while even other vegans called Vegan Booty out.
Yo, she's lucky that she picks a McDonald's where like I'm sure the owner isn't there and it's just like managers and employees that are like minimum wage and they don't give a fuck about this shit and they're like, okay, this person's doing this. But you go to some place where the owner is there, whatever, you fucking knock the fuck out there.
Veganism a bad name.
People wrote about Tasha's public
No, go to
stunts.
somebody's
Instead
business
of
and
promoting
fucking
vegans, you kind of just embarrassed
push on the
them,
ground.
and nothing showed this better than her children's party meltdown. These two horses were clearly very well looked after and were waiting outside a family festival so kids could take a picture. Well, of course, Vegan Booty somehow thought it was abuse.
I just want to know who the slave owner is. Okay, that's disgusting. This is animal abuse. How disgusting your arms being out of your...
She tried and failed to make any decent points.
If you were in their position, would you be happy?
Although Vegan Booty wasn't finished there. She'd then go into the festival to find the horses again, disrupting all photos by making a public announcement.
Innocent beings are no different to our beloved dogs and cats.
They look like they're under so much stress.
This awesome dad then quickly stopped their antics.
No photos of my kids, man.
I'm not taking photos. No, we'll just keep walking that way then. Keep walking that way.
And thankfully police were there to intervene. After posting her video to TikTok, Tash again made national news, in which they'd interview the horse's owner.
Meg Freeman owns the pony business. She says she's being bombarded with abuse by vegan protesters. Meg Freeman wants her charged.
They're like terrorists. They're not going to go away.
Well, only 1 week later, Vegan Booty announced, "I'll be going to court on the 13th of May as I received a summons for a restraining order from the owner of Ponies for All Occasions. Those who dislike me are triggered because I've made them realize that they're animal abusers. What I'm going through right now isn't a loss. It only means we're winning."
I'm always a non-violent protester.
Well, I'm
and
gonna
I never
visit.
harass.
Chat, why even go to court against that, whatever, right? Why not just say, whatever? Like, say he wants a restraining order, if I can let him have it, whatever, no?
Anyone.
I don't even think the vegan teacher is this crazy. This girl is making vegan teacher seem like an angel. At least the vegan teacher didn't have her own number plates, as this made Vegan Booty foolishly recognizable.
Meat and cheese smeared across her family's car. Vegan activist Tash Peterson says this cruel joke crosses the line.
People recognized her car, then threw meat bones on her driveway, yet trolls weren't the only people who showed up at her house.
I've woken up once again to the police knocking at my door. So I've been issued with another barring notice.
Controversial vegan activist is banned from every pub in her state after becoming notorious for wild stunts where she screams at innocent families.
Anything that sells alcohol, I'm not allowed into. A penalty of $10,000 applies if I break this barring notice.
The ban had come after another disgusting protest.
You see that is 30,000 shots every hour! Animal abusers! Animal abusers!
Yeah. I cannot think of a place that you're gonna fall on deaf ears more than a fucking pub or bar. Like, people are drinking beer and shit like that, and you're gonna give me some social issue, bro.
Animal abusers!
Yet Vegan Booty was still convinced that
I'm
she'd
trying
done
to drink a
nothing
pint,
wrong.
motherfucker.
I don't really
like
have
what?
a right to freedom of speech here in Australia. It's honestly pretty corrupt, if you ask me.
Her freedom of speech is just going to a restaurant and screaming like a lunatic about murder. There is a difference between speech and screaming. Your freedom of speech, our freedom to eat meat. Goodbye. She'd therefore leave Perth and spend a month protesting in Melbourne, but when she tried to fly back home, the government said she couldn't return.
The Australian police have banned me from entering into my own city. If I choose to fly home, I could face a 1-year imprisonment.
Wait, what?
Her application was rejected based on her statements made in public, and after eventually having the rejection overturned, you will not believe how awful she became. She'd go back to harassing the innocent pony business before trying to ruin the life of a hard-working chef. John Mountain owns Fire Restaurant in northern Perth, where on one unassuming night, a diner made a complaint about the lack of vegan options on the menu and was charged $32 for vegetables. Well, rather than bending the knee, John instead stated it is not a vegan restaurant, and if customers want vegan options, they should go elsewhere, announcing on their Facebook page, "Sadly, all vegans are now banned from Fire for mental health reasons. We thank you for your understanding."
All vegans are banned. End of. No more. Never again. God help them.
Everybody loved the chef's bold move, well, except for one person known as Vegan Booty.
Blood on your hands! psychopath! You have blood on your hands! If you're not vegan, you're an animal abuser!
She showed up at the restaurant not just once but twice, blasting dying animal noises even after being ejected. Having disrupted his business multiple times, the chef understandably lost it, yet still took responsibility for the damage Tash had done.
And I'm sorry to say, Layla, I lost my cool, and I lost my cool because now it's really disrupting my business. And I could see the look on my customers' faces, my staff, they were all a little scared and a bit nervous, and I stormed out.
Sadly for Vegan Booty, however, her activism exploded the restaurant's popularity.
So far as my business is concerned, I've trebled my income. I'm now, in her words, having to murder more animals because of their actions.
Unfortunately, there was a bit of a trade-off.
I lost my partner because of this. I thought I was going to marry this woman, and she just couldn't handle the amount of attention. She's a very private person.
Yet this wasn't the only marriage that Tash's TikToks ruined. Her next target was, get this, the Bicton Veterinary Clinic, a business literally designed to help unwell animals, and Vegan Booty lost it over budgies out the front.
You're the type of vets that eat your own patients, are you?
Yeah, I do eat meat, but I don't eat dogs and I don't eat cats and I don't appreciate you pushing your agenda on my personal...
I don't appreciate you enslaving animals.
I have a dog in a cage out the back at the moment receiving treatment. Am I enslaving it?
Although it seems for the first time ever, Vegan Booty is actually facing consequences. Defamation action against Miss Tash Peterson, 17,700 raised.
Whoa,
the vet was announcing, we are launching a civil action in the Supreme Court of Western Australia, which has conveniently been running over the last 2 months. The trial has revealed that Vegan Booty hasn't only falsified her taxable income, but she's also been able to ruin another marriage. This might explain why Fi is also suing Tash.
This is going to teach her a lesson. If she's fined that amount of money, she's going to think twice.
And while she's always stated,
I actually measure my own success by the amount of haters and criticism that I have.
It seems penalty after penalty is finally taking its toll. Her public nuisance stunts are becoming far less frequent, as most of her content now focuses on street interviews.
Do you have a moral justification for animal abuse?
Yummy.
Vegan Booty will likely never change, but maybe she's reached a decent middle ground that's respectful not just to animals, but people's lives as well.
Jesus.
That's respectful.
I find it to pretty...
xQc.
TikTok stats are always impressive to me. Always impressive. Like, when it comes to views, likes, and then followers, the ratios are never like consistent with one channel to another. Like, nearly 6 million likes and 60K followers is fucking insane.